Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shadow and Sun. Today, we're doing more crafts.
We are going to be making some evil trees.
With sticks.
And twist ties, and clay, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
And glue.
Hang on to this.
Okay, I will hold.
Explain how you did it.
He took twist ties and put a bunch of
Yeah, I didn't do all of that. I did
I'm talking. He took He took two sticks, this back one and this one, which goes all the way up to here. Twist tied them together. Then for some reason, then twist tied this branch to this thing right here. But also glued it, I believe. Did you glue it?
I don't think so. I think you did all the gluing. And
Really?
then you added extra arms and.
I added 4 arms, even though I kind of feel like I should have added 6, but I'm okay with it being uneven because this does look like an arm.
Well, it's still.
Once I glued all the arms together, which used sticks that I cut into multiple pieces, and then I glue them together to form arms because this didn't happen the way it was, and this didn't happen the way it was either. And then I glued them.
Talking about the vines?
Yeah, I glued a bunch of things, pulled them off, and then put them here.
So you got some glue stick vines?
Yeah, I originally got the idea seeing some of the strings, but I thought they were too thin, and I just added some. I'm not sure which one. This one, maybe not this one. I don't know which one, but one of them, I think it was this one. I didn't actually use glue to attach this one. I just stabbed it. This one right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just stabbed it into it. Which I was kind of worried about breaking the stick because it was sharp, but it was very thin.
Next, he's going to take some good old-fashioned paper clay and coat the outside of it. Let's get you some stuff to work with. Plate, paper clay.
Okay, I haven't used paper clay in quite a long time.
Well, remember you're going to want to, each piece that you put on, you're going to want to dip in the water and shake the water off so that it'll make it easier to work with.
And how do I do that? Do I just...
Well, make a smaller piece because you're going to want to start with smaller pieces.
So this.
And just add them, let me see, and make it flat. And you're just going to start applying it to the branches as thin as you can. You're going to want to start by covering up the twist ties because you can leave some of the branches. Eventually, he's going to get to something like this.
Just probably a lot better looking because...
Yeah, mine's a little derpy looking.
Okay, do I put in the water like this?
Yeah, just let it get wet and shake off the water and make sure you don't drop the clay in the water.
So now I've done that.
And then you just slap it on there. Right. As you can see, I've already put the clay on. I made the face. I used some more of those black beads from the skull necklaces we showed you a while back to make the eyes, made some eyebrows, eyelids. I've also glued it onto a Pringles lid, given him some roots.
Was it a Pringles lid or a fake Pringles lid?
I'm not sure. I can't tell because the glue's turning it white. It might be the fake Pringles lids. Threw some rocks in there, hot glued him to the base. And I'm still waiting for the first layer of white glue to dry so I can build it up and kind of get it level with the edge of the lid here. And then I'll be... You just make it as smooth as possible and as thin as possible while covering up all of the twist ties. And
I feel like if I make it thinner, it will go onto the branches and the legs, which I don't feel like doing yet.
Eventually, when this glue dries, I'll add another layer of glue, throw in some basing sand and some more pebbles, and eventually some grass flocking. While he's working on the clay aspect, let him see what you're doing while you're doing it.
Okay, I've done this so far. So you take, I'll show you this one. You take one of these, you do this, you add...
And smooth it out so that the pieces of clay attach to one another?
Yeah. And you try to cover up the twist. In reality, do you really need to use twist ties, or could you do everything with...
I could have done it with the hot glue, but you were using the hot glue gun at the time.
True.
And I wanted to just get things together, sort of make, stick figures, if you will. And
oh my god. Can we take 2 seconds to appreciate how terrible or amazing that joke was? I can't decide.
Okay, thanks. And
I'm leaning more towards terrible, just because
I'm sure everybody will agree with you. But dad jokes are, always going to happen.
Please no. Anyways, continuing.
While he's doing that, I'm going to mix up a batch of Mod Podge. Black, you can't tell because it's old bottle, the label's kind of faded, but it's a jet black apple barrel craft paint, some Mod Podge, and some sand to whip up a homemade texture paint to coat this ugly guy wherever the clay is, and some parts of the arms that look like they could use a little bit more roughing up instead of having, you know, smooth branches. I want them to look kind of creepy and knotted and, well,
Wow.
evil. Evil. He's an evil tree.
Yeah.
I was inspired not just by many of the monsters in the Monster Manual 1, 2, and 3 for you old timers out there, but there was a show when I was a kid that scared the crap out of me. I'm going to see if anybody can guess before I say what it is. I'll say at the end of the episode. And there were some evil trees that scared the crap out of me. Mind you, I was a little kid younger than you are. And there were some evil trees in it. And while thinking of a holiday fall craft idea for this week, I was looking at some trees we have in our yard. And the thought occurred to me to make some trees without leaves that were not just, you know, scattered terrain tree type items, but something that you could use as a monster. And there are plenty of evil plant-like monsters in the Dungeons and Dragons lore anyways. And so here we are today making some evil trees. I think we need more sand in there. Let's just, I don't think we need all of it, but we'll find out in a minute. And yes, I'm getting paint all over this brush where it doesn't belong, but I paid about 20 cents for this paintbrush, so I don't really feel too bad.
Okay, I believe I have added, never mind.
You want to get more on the back side,
I haven't done anything on the back.
and then you can start working on the face.
Which is probably going to be
Let them see what you got going on so far.
So I'm not sure if I gave a detailed enough section. So once you take a piece of paper clay, which is right here, you grab a piece off of it, which is pretty simple. But you take this and you take a piece off of it. I'm just gonna put it. No, actually, you want it. I'm not sure how big you want it, but I'm just gonna take one of these, and I'll use this if I need it. So, I don't know why I'm rolling it up in a bowl, because you want to flatten it. And, yeah, once you do that, once it's flat enough, you take it, you put it into the water, and you place it on. I'm going to attempt to not cover the vines I added. So you add stuff. Don't you want to add like details and stuff to it, or should
You want to get it all on as a solid layer and let it dry for a little bit, and then you can take the clay tools and start carving the bark, make like lines up and down the tree, like you see in a lot of trees, like pine trees and things like that. And you can add other, you know, knots or, you know, bumps or whatever strikes you to texture it. But once you're done with all that, you're going to add the Mod Podge and textured paint, and that might obscure some of it, but I'm hoping that you'll still be able to see that. And then when you dry brush it, you'll be able to see more of the different layers of texture.
Okay, so
And if you want to skip some of the backside so you could work on the face, that'll be fine.
I already pretty much finished the backside.
Oh, sweet. What about the legs? You gonna go do
No,
any
I'm not gonna do the legs. I might do them later. So how do I do the face? Do I get it wet?
You just do the same thing, and I would start with the mouth. Position the mouth where you want. I got the teeth over here for you.
So did you tell them how you make the texture clay?
You mean the paint?
Yeah, the paint.
Yeah, it's just sand and Mod Podge and black paint. I'm avoiding the mouth and the eyes because I want to use a smaller brush, and I might not use so much of the textured paint there, but you get the idea.
I was kind of worrying that the textured paint would turn out bad.
No, it actually, like, I can see the little bumps that it's making, and I'm not going for a huge amount of roughness in the detail, just enough to make it less smooth from the clay that I was, making the lines and things like that. But you can already see that it's working out pretty good. And I'm also avoiding the feet because the glue down there is still wet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna finish it in this video. I mean, we're gonna get really close to finishing paint, and that one's pretty much finished with how it looks. There's not paint.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the upper branches and get as much of this texture as covering him as much as possible because I don't want to waste the paint. And we'll mix you up a new batch when it's time for that. But the clay will take a good 24 hours to dry in colder weather. I wouldn't recommend using a blow dryer or anything like that on it because it'll start to crack if it dries too fast.
How do I add it? Do I just do this?
Wait, do you want it that big? It looks kind of thick.
Yeah.
You might want to thin it out. You'll still be able to get the teeth in there if you're very careful. You don't want his mouth to look too big. I mean,
Maybe not big, but too thick.
yeah, too thick. That's what I meant.
The lips.
Yeah.
You are continuing to paint it.
Yep. And it also helped disguise where the hot glue was used to
Make the arms stronger.
just join everything together. And I would, if I could, I would have maybe spray painted this whole thing, but in this weather, that's not going to happen. Yeah, this actually looks really good. The texture paint it's working out pretty good. I just hope.
Okay, I'm pretty much done with the mouth or the lips.
Is it the shape you're satisfied with?
For now, yeah. Till I
Okay.
add more detail.
Okay. Do you want to go with the eyes or the teeth?
The teeth.
Okay. These teeth were made out of toothpicks, just shaved down. I used some of the points, and then not to waste the toothpicks, I used an X-Acto knife to whittle a few more. Here's a pair of tweezers in case you want to use that. I'm going to step off camera and grab you some eyeballs because I forgot to do that.
So, I want to stick them in. I wanted mine to look more thing-ish or something-ish.
Snaggletooth?
Yeah. I don't want there to be any, oh. I might have just lost one.
A tooth?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Well, that was bad because that was kind of a cool tooth. That was kind of.
Well, you still have 9.
Yeah, but I was still thinking that 9 wouldn't even really be enough.
Well, I can whittle some off camera if you want to add more. If you even have room for them.
I definitely have room for them.
You think so? Oh, yeah.
There's only 2 left, or 3 left. look good?
Oh yeah, that's not what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
Something a little more like traditional mouth sort of shaped. But it reminds me of I forget what it was called. There's another evil plant-like creature in is it the Fellowship of the Ring? I think it is. It wasn't in the movie, I know that. But there's this weird tree monster that tries to eat the hobbits at the beginning of their journey. Which I don't know why they left that out of the movie, to be honest. I mean, there's so many things they left out of the movies, but that was one of my favorite parts.
Is this a
of
good
it.
place to put the eye?
Sure. Because being that they're trees, they really shouldn't be super humanoid or anthropomorphic. They should really be kind of wild and random shaped, even though most tree monsters tend to be kind of humanoid.
Like yours?
Yeah, I couldn't help it. Once I started putting the sticks together, I saw roughly a humanoid.
But mine still is. It's still the basic humanoid shape, just without the head part. But yours is as well.
Yeah. I think I made way too much paint.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll find a way to save this in a resealable container. I've got plenty of them. Just have to mark it as Mod Podge texture paint.
Which one most likely be used for painting the one I'm making?
Yeah, if I can get it in there without spilling it all over myself, then
It looks like a good eye.
let me see. Oh yeah.
It's meant to be a lot more, I think I made it better.
And at any time you can start using the clay tools to carve like I did with the eye.
Where should I put this eye? This was one spot I wanted to put it. Or should
Sure,
I put it
sure.
lower?
No, not too low because you don't want it to lose. You don't want people to not actually realize that there's an eye there.
Is this good?
Yeah, I would put it actually a little closer to the other one, just a little bit closer.
I kind of wanted it to look more
Like he's got a really weird expression.
or something.
Okay.
I do still want to add more teeth to it though.
Okay, well, when we're off camera, I can whittle you some more teeth, show you how to do it. And you can add as many as you like.
Technically, couldn't I just get some sticks and put them in there?
You could. There's a stick.
Cool.
I forgot to show you guys our bucket of sticks. We actually went locally
To a
On a-
desert area.
and did a little hike and grabbed some sticks and some rocks and other things we found.
Glass.
Yes, we found some broken glass, which we definitely will be using
Did
this
you
year.
pick it up safely? Did
Yes.
you use stuff to not get cut and stuff by it?
Gloves and containers to put it in so it didn't.
Is
We
this
didn't-
good?
Oh yeah, that's creepy. And if you want, you can use like I said, the clay tools to carve in some lines in the face, like I did for the eyelids and things like that. Because if you saw something like that chasing you through the woods, you would definitely probably not go back to those woods.
My hands are really. I think I can grab this.
And I'm running out of places to hold the tree without getting paint on my hands.
Why don't you, like, save one area to paint till everything else is dry?
That's what I'm doing. This very tip-top branch. But this is actually really looking good for the bark.
Yeah, you can
And
join here and look.
I will be done with this for the night shortly. How about you?
Me? All I need to do is add teeth, which is a relatively simple process.
It wasn't really simple. It took me a while to
Oh,
shave those those.
I mean, I'm really not
Toothpicks.
shaving them.
Yeah, you're just sticking in. I should have thought of that.
Like what?
Just using like actual twigs, but I don't know why I did. And of course, these will be in our show off show at the end of the month. I'm not sure the exact date.
Yeah.
And by then we will have them completed. Hopefully we won't be running late like we were
Like
last.
last time.
Yes, we were really rushing toward the end of the month to get all of our projects done in time for the end of the month show.
I'm actually probably gonna add some glue and stuff to the mouth to make it look.
Slobbery?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Oh, there's one last spot I can get. And this Mod Podge will help to strengthen the sticks. Thank you. So that they don't just snap like twigs, because they that was one thing I was worried about is
Is
that
this
they.
good?
Oh wow, that is creepy. Show it to the camera.
Okay, where are the clay tools and stuff?
They're right in front of you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Here are the clay tools. I'm not sure if we've shown them. We probably have.
Yeah, I think we did in. Not sure which video, but I know
And
we
if
did.
we didn't, well, these are the clay tools.
It's actually a compilation of several sets of clay tools. You can get a small set at Harbor Freight of your basic 6 tools for about $5.
Didn't we got that, but before that, we did have a bigger set, which is where that container came in, I believe, or bag, or whatever you want to call it, case, or something. That's where that came from.
And you don't need the mirror, like we said before. We have no idea what we'll ever use that for. They are technically clay/dental tools.
Are they made for both, or made just dentist tools?
Yeah, it literally says clay/dental tools.
And some of them are more clay than others,
Yeah.
or dental than others.
Yeah, like I said, the mirror, I have no idea what you would use that for. I know what a dentist uses it for, but, other than that.
So yeah, you just want to scratch it up to make it look like bark and stuff.
Yeah, and I used, here, let me show you. On this one, if you look at the eyebrows that I made some lines around there. I also used those tools to help push the clay deeper into the other areas of clay so it would sort of meld.
Yeah, I'm
with
not
itself.
planning on using eyebrows.
Those are my favorite part. His
Yeah?
eyebrows are my favorite part of this one. Yeah, I think I did a. You should have seen the face before he gave me some helpful advice. It was a little silly looking. Now it looks a little scarier. And
Still not that good. That thing's bad.
it's
Not as good, as I meant to say,
yeah.
compared to what it.
I
what
think
it
I can
could've
get a
been if
little
you
bit of
did.
paint in there in his face without hitting the mouth, because I want to do something a little different with the inside of the mouth.
I actually kind of want to make more of these.
Trees?
Yeah. But in completely different shapes. So like a humanoid shape, like a different shape.
Well, we can do that. We have more sticks. And you make an entire army of them. You
Yeah,
could
it's
even
good.
make some that don't look so evil, even.
Like an ant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's very, very nightmarish. That definitely looks like the thing that the poor little hobbits had to deal with. Are you gonna put any clay on his legs? Make them thicker?
No.
No, you're good like that? Okay. He definitely looks like he could chase you down.
Yeah.
So you done for the night?
On this, yeah.
All
What do I
right.
do with all this clay?
I'll put it back in the bag and seal it up so it doesn't dry up. That stuff's actually kind of hard to find in our area. And I do need some more for the end of the month project, which
Do
we
we haven't
will.
figured out what that is yet?
We talked about it earlier today.
Yeah, and we did decide on what it was.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
And we'll have one more project before the end of the month. Let's show them off to our viewers, turn them around. And get a nice, let's get that plate out of the nice and put them down. As we say goodnight to everybody.
Yes. GOLDNIGHT.
So have a great week, everybody. We'll see you Sunday when we paint up Durkar some more.
Yes.
We're almost at the halfway point with Durkar, and we hope you'll join us and have a great weekend, everybody.
Yes.
And we hope you enjoyed this video. If you make any of your own, please send us a photo or two of your creations. The email will be down at the bottom in the description.
Yes.
Have a great week, everybody.
Yes.
Good night.